Nichols here again. Want to have a quick 5 minutes for men. Take 5 minutes for ourselves, at least a day, just to have a little thought process about man things. Today I want to talk about discipline, and that's health discipline, financial discipline, emotional discipline, and just understanding your levels of discipline and where you may be strong at and then where you may be weak at as a man, in terms of your level of discipline. For me, I feel like I have a high level of financial discipline. And depending on if you ask my family or not, right, they might be like, you got too much financial discipline, right? And my health discipline in terms of either eating right, working out, and trying to be consistent with how I take care of myself so that I can be around for my family longer, is at a high level. I think where I'm weaker at for sure is my emotional discipline, and I think that that's the thing I probably try to work on the most. The financial part and the health part, I've kind of gradually over time just gotten better at, just with time. My emotional discipline has gotten better than it used to be, but it's still, I feel like it has not moved as far up the line as my discipline towards my finances and my discipline towards my own personal health. And that is something I think too, that I think as men, we're taught certain things when we're raised about not crying, and you fall down, it's like get up. And I have to be mindful in how I'm raising my sons in terms of not hampering them with the same mindset that I was raised under in terms of what men do and don't do. I want them definitely to be strong, solid men, and there's things worth crying for, and some things aren't worth crying for. But that's not my determination for them, right? So in my own emotional discipline, in trying to raise that up to a level that I feel is, if not equivalent to, but very close to the level of my health discipline and my financial discipline. It's a lot more work to do, I think, for myself than the other two, right? So that's one thing I definitely focus on, is trying to make sure that my emotions are disciplined. Whether I'm watching the sport, reprimanding the kids, like all of that kind of stuff. Even at work, like I have to be thoughtful of what my emotional discipline is at work, because I have a great staff, and I'm always mindful of what my reactions are to things can obviously trickle down to my team, and I don't want them to lack emotional discipline. And I try not to show when I'm truly upset about something, but they can feel the vibe, right? Like I'll leave the office when things are wonky and take a walk, because that helps me to keep myself in a space that's beneficial to my workplace. So what I'm interested in for all of you is to comment to me about where you feel like you're strong at, and maybe some of the things you do in terms of trying to raise your level of discipline in different areas of your life, and what are the things you do to keep yourself in line, whether it's your financial discipline, your health discipline, or your emotional discipline. Like, what are some of the things you do to keep yourself lined up? I'm like a note taker, and I like to leave myself messages to help me keep myself in line with what my thought process should be emotionally, and not to be around individuals sometimes, and situations that I know will trigger a certain emotional response, and it's everything is like a work in progress, right? Like we're all works in progress. So I'm definitely interested in what your thoughts are about your levels of discipline and the things you are doing to help yourself and the things you know you need to work on. So comment below. Let me know your levels of discipline. 5 minutes from now.